You guys are watching Seattle Seahawks Today. I am your host, Tom Downey. Let's talk some rumors here around the idea of adding a significant right tackle, namely Mitchell Schwartz. This idea floated out there by Fansided. Sometimes I like him, sometimes I don't. See on this video how I feel. But this at least intrigues me. Now, when healthy, I think unquestionably Mitchell Schwartz is one of the best right tackles in the NFL. I mean, he's been fantastic for Kansas City, has always been good, reliable. I'd say top 5 for the most part at that position. The problem was the qualifier I mentioned. Right there, third note. When healthy. Schwartz was not healthy this past year for KC. Had a lingering back issue, had surgery on it, and backs in general, folks, don't often get better. So the production from Mitchell Schwartz last year was okay. 2 sacks, 1 hit, 8 hurries. That's all at least worth mentioning there. He's been better when fully healthy. It really does come down to the medical side of it. And I also wonder for Seattle, with all the moves that they've made, if the player is healthy, would they try at that point? Because I like the idea in general of adding Mitchell Schwartz. I think he is a better player than Brandon Shell is. But I also want to make the note here that Shell was fine last year. He was not the problem on the offensive line. I'm looking at you, center Ethan Posick, and the rotation at guard they were dealing outside of Damian Lewis, and other injuries, of course, to Shell himself there. So if Mitchell Schwartz is healthy, I have interest. But if he's healthy, I start to wonder if he'd be a bit more expensive than what Seattle would be looking to add. So get your votes in for me here on this question. Do you want Mitchell Schwartz? Type Y for yes you do, or type in N for no you do not. Get your votes in right now for me down there in the comments section. Now I'm going to give Fansided some credit here, and I think they went above and beyond, and I appreciate that. They offered up a proposed contract as part of this deal, so I like it. Here's what they had. 3 years, $24 million with $11 million guaranteed. And that is a contract you would give him if he was fully healthy. That's a lot of money, even with just $11 million guaranteed, all this year guaranteed and some of next year. That's a lot of money to pay someone who may or may not be healthy long term. And the way this contract is structured, they had the cap hits in there, $5.25 million this year, $8.25 million next year. That's all intriguing. That's all well and good. Then $10.5 in 2023. But $11 million guaranteed, with the way the cap hits are structured, you're probably locking yourselves into him for 2 years. And coming off the back surgery, that's not the type of contract that I would want to give Schwartz right now. I think it's a little bit too much, and it's a little bit too expensive. So, again, I am intrigued by it. I like the idea of Schwartz in Seattle, but if it costs me that much, I don't think Seattle would do it. But I want to hear from you guys here, as well. Would you do that deal? 3 years, $24 million for Mitchell Schwartz coming off the back injury. Get your votes in right now. Type D for deal. You can type in N for no deal. Make your voice heard right now in the comments section. We're going to Fansided again for the Seahawks rumor story. Pete Carroll's potential replacements. Now, don't shoot the messenger. For starters here, not my fault. Don't blame me. This is Fansided's idea here. And I think we are getting a little bit ahead of ourselves here. Yes, Pete Carroll turns 70 in September, and he's old. And at some point, he's going to call it a career. But let's be honest, too. He looks incredible for 70. Is still a very good head coach there. He's under contract for far beyond that. So because of it, I'm not really all that interested in replacing Pete Carroll right this second. He's still doing a good job. And I know that Seahawks fans want more success in the postseason, but what Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson have done together is incredible. 12-4, made the playoffs last year. 2019, 11-5, get a playoff win. 2018, make the playoffs again. 2017 is the only time in this 9-year stretch that they have not made the postseason. Yes, you want to win more than just one game maximum in the playoffs every year since 2013, but this level of sustained success, even if it's not the high-end success that you're searching for, is still very impressive. 2015, again, a 10-win season. Every year they've won 10 games and made the playoffs except that 2017 season. Yes, the interception 2014 Super Bowl is very painful, and I understand that hurts everybody. But in general, when you have this level between the two head coach and quarterbacks, that level of sustained success and just wins, you don't normally want to blow that up. So I've made that same point graphically with Russell Wilson trade rumors. Now I'm making again with Pete Carroll here. So before we get to the list from Fansided, which it's bad, make your votes in the comments section. Go do it right now. How many more years do you believe that Pete Carroll will coach? And I think it's kind of Seattle at this point. Is it 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4, 5 until he croaks? Like, get your votes in for me right now in the comments section. Now, this was the list. Again, it's not my fault. Don't blame me. I'm going to go off on it here in a second. The potential Pete Carroll replacement list consists of 3 names. Greg Roman, the Ravens offensive coordinator. Luke Fickell, the Cincinnati Bearcats head coach. And then Jim Harbaugh as well, the current Michigan Wolverines head coach. So let's go coach by coach here. Starting with Greg Roman, the only guy in the NFL right now on this list. I hate it. Greg Roman is a very good offensive coordinator when it comes to being able to construct an offense around a quarterback who's going to run the football a lot. He did it with Colin Kaepernick, did it with Lamar Jackson as well. He's a bad fit with Russell Wilson. The whole point is to let Russ cook. So taking a coordinator who historically has not done a good job of building passing offenses is a horrible idea. And by the way, Fansided also was like, maybe you can get Don Martindale as the DC. Why would he take a lateral move? It makes no sense. F on that one. They also threw out Luke Fickell, which, what? For the record, I like Luke Fickell. I think he's a really good coach. I think at the college level, he's due for a promotion. I am not going to hire the Cincinnati Bearcats head coach, even though I like him, to come be the Seattle Seahawks head coach. If you want to go duplicate the Pete Carroll thing, do it with somebody with more relevant experience, not G5 head coach. Come on, guys. What are we doing there? Finally, there was Jim Harbaugh, which I also do not like. Because if we're being honest here, you shouldn't want to hire Jim Harbaugh to the NFL. Guys, the Michigan Wolverines football team has not been that good since JT Barrett got that first down. Like, if you take off the name Harbaugh, the resume is not very impressive. So why would I go hire a coach in Jim Harbaugh? It's like this is Pete Carroll, who, you have the familiarities there with, oh, he did so great at the college level, then went to the NFL, and then back to college, blah, blah, blah. No. I think hiring Harbaugh, I know he's a big-time name. I don't think he's that appealing of a head coach right now. So if you're looking for Pete Carroll replacements, look in a different direction. Those were 3 not good names.